Hey everybody, how is it going today? I hope you're all having a great weekend so far. In this video, I'm going to be doing my monthly portfolio update on my M1 Finance account for the month of November. Plus, I'll also be recording the first time I use the M1 Borrow feature that you get with your M1 account once your balance exceeds $10,000, so stay tuned for that as well. Now, if you're new to my channel, I like to find short-term and long-term trading and investing opportunities in typically lower-priced stocks. I'll also show you how I trade some of my favorite chart patterns which have helped me become a consistently profitable trader. Each video, I will show you current trading opportunities, usually before they go up. Now, if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. But please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm only showing you what I do and what I am thinking, so please do all of your own research and make all of your own trading decisions. If this is your first time watching one of these M1 Finance account update videos, I try to do them near the end of every month. I started this account on November 22nd, 2019, so as of this recording, it has just gone over 1 year old. I started with an initial deposit of $200, and I deposit $100 twice a week. I also make an extra deposit on days the S&P 500 closes down more than 2%. I will link one of my other videos down in the description as to why I use this strategy if you'd like to know more about that. My objective is to grow this account to over 100K and be receiving dividend income of $500 per month at the end of 5 years. Now, I know those are lofty goals, but I'm going to try to hit them anyway. All right, here is the homepage for my M1 Finance account. In last month's video, the account had a money-weighted return of about 50% and had an account value of about $10,950. So it has had a good month this month, and it has improved to a money-weighted return of over 102%, and the account value is now up over $14,000. So it is performing extremely well. Going all the way back to 1 year, you can see this very, very nice incline in the portfolio. This is exactly what you want to see in one of these drip accounts. And when you use that strategy that I'm using, it's probably going to look like this if you are in some decent stocks. So that strategy is very effective, and I really like it. But if we scroll down here, let's take a look at some of my holdings. Of course, my biggest holding is Tesla, and Tesla is up 896% since the start of this portfolio. My second one is Snapchat. It is up 487%. I only have 2% in there, but I wish I would have put just a little bit more in that one. But Square is up 368%. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 257%. Uber is up 198%. The ARK-K fund is up 178% since I bought it. This is one stock that I am very happy with. It is Grow Generation. I will get into the chart on that one in a minute in case you don't know a lot about that company. I am pretty excited on the future of that one, so I will touch base on that one a little later. We have Apple up 92%, Disney up 54%. Then it goes down to Alibaba, JP Morgan, Baidu, Skyworks Solutions, Microsoft, and then we get down into some of the real estate investment trusts. Simon Property Group is actually doing a little better than I anticipated. Had a pretty good month. It's up 27% now. I was actually down in this one for a long time, but it has since turned into a positive gainer for me at up 27%. Plus, I get those nice dividends. Simon Property Group, I want to say it's yielding about 6% right now, so that is always nice to get. I have Illumina, Carnival Cruise Line, both are up about 27%. Goldman Sachs up 26%. 3M is up 25%. That one pays, I want to say about a 4% dividend right now, so that one's nice to have in here. Peak Properties is another real estate investment trust company I have in the portfolio. It was down for a long time as well, and now that is up 17%. Verizon is up 16%, plus they pay about a 4% dividend, maybe about a 4.5%, so that one is a nice yielder to have in the portfolio. Waste Management is a rock-solid company. It's not going to be a huge gainer. The dividend is only, I want to say it's about 2% right now, but Waste Management has a huge moat. It's kind of hard to break into that business, so they are nice to have in the portfolio. I have 1% in short, medium, and long-term treasuries. I put those in the portfolio because they help stabilize the portfolio. They're not yielding so good right now, so you guys are probably thinking, why would you put that in there? But I do remember reading an article way back when. Um, it was saying if you put, I think it was like 10% of your portfolio in treasuries and the rest in the S&P 500, you only lack the S&P 500's return by about 1%. But on down years, say when the S&P is down, say like 20%, it will actually protect your portfolio, and you usually be down less than half. So say if the S&P is down 20%, your portfolio might only be down like 8%. Wish I had the link to that article. I would put it in the description. I've read that a long time ago. But you will notice if you have some treasuries in your portfolio for the long term, you don't want to put too much of it in. At least I don't. I only have 3% in there, and that's really not a lot. But it will shield you on those down years. And the hardest part about investing is staying invested when the market starts crashing, because that's when everybody wants to sell. That's when fear creeps in. But if you can have your portfolio only down 8, 9, 10% when the rest of the market is down 20 plus, it makes it a lot easier to hold on and not panic sell. So that's one of the reasons why I like to have some treasuries. But we follow the rest of it down here. We got O Realty Corp is up 3%. This one is a monthly dividend payer, and they pay, I want to say maybe around 5%. So they are nice to have in there. LTC Properties is another real estate investment trust that I have in here that pays a nice dividend. And then we get down to the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. I only have 1% going into that, so I'm probably going to start upping that. Maybe a little on down the line when that becomes a little bit more attractive as far as the price on that ETF. But my only losers is Dominion, which is down less than 1%. I was actually surprised to see this on here because I've been up on this for quite a while. I'll have to double check that and see why Dominion is doing so poorly. And then, of course, I have AT&T wiping up the rear down here. That one is down 8.5%. I'm only down 19 bucks on it, but this one pays a 7% yield. So, I don't mind accumulating AT&T at these lower prices and getting that 7% yield while this one starts to recover. And eventually AT&T will go up. If you're not super familiar with AT&T, they had that awful purchase of DirecTV. God, I want to say they paid like, don't quote me on this, but like 55 billion for it, and now it's probably only worth like 25 billion. And they're working through that debt, so you should be through that debt in a couple of years. But they also have the HBO Max service, which I expect that to grow. So and of course AT&T should do well in the 5G boom. So I am not nervous about AT&T. I am happy to continue to accumulate it as it lags the market a little bit, and I want to build up a pretty decent sized position in AT&T and get them dividends rolling in. But that is the portfolio update. But let's get into the chart. I'm going to show you some of the charts on some of these companies here and show you how they've been doing and why I think the future on some of them looks super good. So let's get into the charts. All right, now that we are at my charting software, let's go into the first one, which is Tesla, my absolute favorite stock in the whole wide world because Tesla has been very, very good to me. And you can see Tesla had another great week. It's busting out of this triangle consolidation and headed higher, so chances are it is going to be higher in the next month's video as well, unless we get some kind of a huge market correction. But Tesla looks extremely bullish, and I expect this one to keep going higher. The next one I want to show you is Square. This one has been a super big winner for me. I bought a majority of it during the pandemic sell-off, and this thing has just been screaming higher. Very happy about Square's business model for the future. They have Cash App. Love Jack Dorsey. I love listening to him talk. So I'm very happy with Square, and I'm excited that I am invested in Square, and I got in at those great prices. Next one I want to show you, my other big winner is Snapchat. Snapchat has just gone up crazy high. I bought a majority of Snapchat also down there during the pandemic, when it was in the teens, and now it is at $46 a share. So Snapchat is performing super well. Another one that I am excited about in this portfolio is Disney. And Disney, I was really hoping it was going to go sideways down here longer, but man, this thing is just screaming higher. I don't know why. The stock is trading so high. The parks were shut down for a long time. The cruises were shut down. The only thing they had really going for them was Disney Plus, and Disney Plus has been adding subscribers faster than analysts have been expecting them to. So that is looking super bright. And once the business gets going full steam ahead again, I think Disney is going to be a growth beast probably for the next 5 to 10 years. I wish it would have went sideways and stayed under 100 for a while. I would love to have been accumulating this like the same way that I'm accumulating AT&T. And Disney, I think they suspended their dividend, but they'll probably reinstate that before too long. So they were paying I want to say it was around a 2% yield. I could be mistaken, but they're a cash machine, so once everything gets rolling again, they're going to reinstate that dividend, and that's, of course, going to be a big bonus. But very happy with Disney. Another one I want to show you that is in the positive now that was a big loser for me for quite a while was Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line is starting to turn the corner of that rounded bottom that it's making, and it looks like it's going to be headed higher. So I accumulated quite a bit of Carnival when it was down here. In fact, it was becoming a pretty good size of my portfolio. So if of my M1 account. So if this thing gets up to the upper 30s or 40s or 50s in the next couple of years, that is going to be a very, very nice gain for me, and that's exactly what I expect. I don't think they're going to go out of business. You never know, but I expect Carnival Cruise Line to be in the 40s in the next couple of years once things get back to normal. Let's take a look at AT&T. AT&T is still going sideways. This is my biggest loser, but I'm only down like I think it was like 7% in there, so it's not really worrying me at all. In fact, I wouldn't mind if it stayed under $30 for another 12 months. I got no problem accumulating AT&T, getting a nice fat position in that company because AT&T is yielding about 7% right now, and I think its payout ratio is like 65%, and that's not terrible. I like to see them under 60% if I can, just so there's better chances for dividend growth in the future. But 65% isn't too bad. So very happy with AT&T, and I am happy to be accumulating that at these lower levels. The other one in that space that I have in my M1 finance account is Verizon. Verizon is performing much better than AT&T, and Verizon pays a little over a 4% dividend at the moment. I think their payout ratio is right around 50%, so very healthy stock as far as the dividend goes. I expect them to continue to raise the dividend, and they should have good growth once the boom in 5G really gets going. So I think Verizon has a super bright future. This one is already back to the pre-pandemic levels. I was kind of hoping that was going to grind sideways down here under 50 for a while, or maybe in the low 50s, so I could accumulate some more, but it's not a big deal. I do expect Verizon to be higher in the future, and I am happy with that dividend yield. Another one that I am happy with right now is J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. Morgan Chase has certainly got to be one of the best run banks in the entire world. I was actually kind of hoping this one was going to continue to trend sideways for another 12 months or so, but in this last couple of weeks it has broken out, and it looks like it's going to start its run higher. So this thing should be back to the pre-pandemic levels in probably no time, because this thing has a lot of momentum swinging forward. It has just broken out of that triangle consolidation pattern that I love so much. Probably should have played options on this one, because that one had the nice breakout, and this one should be heading higher as well. Let's go back to the daily chart. Another one that I am very happy with is Grow Generation. In case you guys are not familiar with this, these guys supply the growing supplies to cannabis growers. So they're sort of in that space, but they are supplying them all their equipment. One of my favorite mottos in the stock market is, during a gold rush, sometimes it's better to be selling the picks and shovels than to be going out there looking for the gold. And sometimes just selling the picks and shovels could be more lucrative than the actual gold rush itself. So, and that's what Grow Generation is doing. They are considered the Home Depot of that industry. So, I'm very excited about the long-term growth for Grow Generation, and the stock chart looks super well. So this one is really not a secret anymore. Wall Street is really starting to take notice on Grow Generation, and I expect Grow Generation to be probably upwards of $100 in the next couple of years, because this one is just going to be a growth beast for years to come. Let's take a look at some of my real estate investment trusts, because they have been rounding a bottom, and they look like they are going to be breaking higher. These ones should pay very well for me in the future. I was very happy to accumulate at these levels because, especially Simon Property Group. Simon Property Group, if we go back in time just a little bit, we can see that this thing was a high flyer. I mean, this thing was over 200 bucks not too long ago, and it was well over 150 for quite a while. So it was over $150, for about 5 years, and now I've been accumulating it under $100. Some people are not too excited about Simon Property Group because they are in the mall space inside there, but Simon Property Group is doing super well. Let's go to O Realty Corp. O Realty Corp is the monthly dividend payer. I'm very happy with this one. This one pays about 4.5% right now. Simon Property Group was a little over 6% yield, so Simon Property Group is a very nice one to have in my portfolio. Let's look at LTC Properties. This one has been going sideways, and I'm very happy to have been accumulating some LTC at these levels, because LTC is paying about a 6% yield also. So that is going to be another good dividend payer that is going to help me get to that goal of $500 a month in dividend income in 5 years. So I'm very happy to have that one in the portfolio. The next one I have is Health Peak, and they are also a real estate investment trust, and they are yielding at I think right around 5% at the moment. So they are a very, very good one to have in here to help get me towards that goal of $500 a month dividend income in the next 5 years. But very happy with that one. But those are just some of the charts I wanted to show you that are looking good in my portfolio. Now let's get back over to the M1 Finance, and I will take a loan out during this video, and after that I'll show how easy it is to pay it back. It seems like it's easy. I guess I'm going to find out. I've never done it before, but let's get over to M1. All right, guys, we are back over to the M1 account, so let's go over to M1 Borrow and borrow some moolah. Right up here on the top, you can go to the Borrow tab, click on that. It says that I am eligible because I am over the $10,000 threshold. I am able to borrow up to 35% of that account value, which they are showing me I can borrow up to $4,900 at the moment. I'm not going to borrow nearly that much because I am just doing this as a test in case I do need it in the future, so I will be familiar with this process. I think I'm just going to do 500 bucks, and I'm just going to send it into my portfolio. I could send it to my checking account if I want, or I can just send it to the portfolio, and that's all I am going to do. So select that, $500 at 3.5%. The projected monthly cost on this $500 loan is only expected to be $1.46. So this is a very low cost, easy to use method of borrowing. It's a very nice measure of flexibility that you have with your finances. That's why I recommend this account. And also my M1 Finance referral link is down there in the description if you guys want to use that. If you do, we'll both get the refer the startup bonus, and also the link for my Patreon page is in there. I'm only limiting that to 25 people. I think I have like 7 people in there. So thank you to everybody who has already joined that. And if you want to get in on that, that link is also down in the description. But I am going to send this sucker right now, and I'm just gonna buy $500 evenly in my M1 finance account. And I noticed that some of my real estate investment trusts were still under the 4% allocation threshold, so I'm going to be happy to be accumulating some more of those so they can pay me some dividends in the future. But I'll click this button right now, and we'll see what happens. Confirm it. Your transfer to the individual account has been created. Let's view that detail. It says 500 is complete. Started today, finished today. It is done. So if I go to my regular page, well, let's go back to that real quick, see what that said. Oh, this is just showing all the transfers that I have scheduled, and I scheduled that transfer as of right now. Let's go back to the invest page, and there it is in my balance. So that will be purchasing stocks on Monday. So that will be distributed evenly. Let's see which ones it's going to go into. Disney's below 5%, so probably some's going to go into Disney. Carnival Cruise Line, I end up buying some more of that. LTC, like I said, my dividend payers. Verizon's down to 3.4%, so it's going to be nice to get some more of that. I'll get some more Apple. I'll definitely get some more of AT&T down there, wiping up the rear. I'll get some more Skyworks Solution, O Realty, P Group. So this is decent. This is definitely what I wanted. I wanted to get some more of those dividend payers. So that is how M1 Borrow works. Super easy, and if I need that in the future, man, that is a pretty awesome resource with this M1 Finance account. So I'm very happy that it has that feature. All right, guys, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please leave them down there in the comments section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If I could ask you for a favor, if you could hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end, and until next time, take care, everybody.